understand worship. Are we together? There is a dimension. Remember, when you got into the second phase of the tabernacle, you would meet the 7 candlesticks, the incense of prayer, but much more than that, there was a deeper realm. So if all you do is just pray in tongues, pray and ask, oh God, I've been warning you, change my story. I've told you this thing. What kind of thing is this? Is it that I'm not your son? And we quarrel God, we make a mess of ourselves, and when we finish, we just come out and say amen. And you convince yourself that you touched heaven. No. Most answered prayers is just the mercy of God, because we are doing many wrong things. If you learn to stay, the staying power of worship, you stay till he comes, not till you are tired. You see, let me tell you, the hardest thing for the flesh to do is to stay quiet in God's presence. You try it. You can stand before a shop that sells minerals for 1 hour and not be tired. You are looking at minerals, you take one, you eat buns and stay. But let a song of worship rise for 5 minutes, your flesh is fighting, itching. I want to go. The secret is to keep it there. There is something that experience is doing. You see that? That's why many of us don't hear God. The flesh is busy. There are so many things. You just sit down there and one song and you are thinking, I didn't send the SMS. Will he send me that money at all? You see, that's the devil. That's the devil. It's the devil. He's trying to distract you. For your name is holy. And all of a sudden, my wife, what are we going to eat today? Can you really help from that position where you are? It's just the flesh. The flesh fights the presence of God. Let me tell you this. Satan, you've heard me say it in my teachings. Many people say Satan is afraid of the presence of God. It's not true. Go and read your Bible. There's nothing like that. Satan has never been afraid of the presence of God. Jesus is fasting for 40 days and his fasting invites Satan. Satan comes after 40 days. He's standing before him. You thought he would shake. Satan said, Jesus, you mean you finished? Why don't you turn this? He's talking. The word is talking back. Satan is replying the word. In the book of Job, the sons of God were together. Satan, in that fallen state, still came. Have you considered my servant Job? You thought you would shake because of the glory. No. The presence of God doesn't scare Satan. It is the man that comes from the presence that scares Satan. It is not the presence of God. It is the man that stays in that presence. When you stay in that presence and come out, there is something about that presence you carry. There's something that it does to Satan. So the devil knows that if you stay in this worship, it has a relationship with the job you are looking for. So he said, Kai, let me just go. I'll come for tomorrow's service. And you prolong something that should happen next week. You make it December 2021. Whereas worship, when you stay in the presence, let me tell you, when Satan starts making you uncomfortable, it's a sign that something is moving in the spirit. He doesn't have that kind of time to waste. Worship has monetary value. Worship has destiny value. When you know it, you will never call it a waste. They call her act of worship a waste of money. It can be a waste of anything. There are people who may think it's a waste of time. You mean you just come to church to sing? Are we together? Worship is powerful. Let me tell you, brothers and sisters, and I admit to you, there are many battles in my life that I did not even know they were battles. Because whilst worship was going on, the fire of God was settling things up and down. You will need it for your business. Carry your business and enter the ark of worship with it. Don't leave it outside. That's where your headache is coming from. Carry that business in your mind and say, Lord, I can't worship you and my business is outside. I bring it too. Lord, we carry every challenge and everything and we bring before you. And whilst you worship, when the fire comes, it comes on everything. By Monday, someone calls you and said, I've been looking for you. And you know you didn't pray about that issue. Something happened in worship. You believe what I'm telling you? Brothers and sisters, if you believe this, your life will surprise you. You will live as if Satan does not exist. Cheap victories. This worry is why we don't worship. Some of you, as you're standing here now, you are saying, oh Lord, let's talk about my rent. But let's be honest, do you believe that by worrying, rent will be paid? The landlord is coming in any way, in any case. So it's better to stay in the presence of God, and then you watch God arise. Now, you don't need to know how it will happen. This is God we are talking about. When you bring God into any equation, the calculation changes. Anything plus God is equal to the answer he wants. Anything. 0 plus God can be equal to 1 million, depending on what he desires. When you bring God into the equation, he changes everything. Is God speaking to us tonight? Because I want to take a few minutes and then we will worship God, but I want us to worship intentionally, so that while Satan is telling you, you know that this you need to raise money, when will you buy the new car now? Are you not tired of that sound? Instead of hearing the Holy Ghost, you are hearing the sound of your car, and you leave it there. Carry the car with you to the presence. Lord, I'm worshiping you. I bring all my pain, and you roll that pain away. Brothers and sisters, when the fire comes and the glory comes upon it, you will rise up with a strategy. Call A, B, C, and you can call, Uncle, God bless you. Say, do you know I just had a dream about you yesterday? Come and meet me in my office. They know not, neither will they understand. The Bible says they walk on in darkness, and all the foundations of the earth are out of course. We reign in the kingdom, this kingdom, not just based on what we want, based on the truths that we are aware of. Are we together now? Worship. Worship. Not just singing, but an instrument of invoking God's presence. If you can get God to show up where you are, then you are safe. If he can't show up, you are in trouble. No matter how you convince yourself that you are all right, you are still in trouble. My assignment as a person is to leave God face to face with my challenges, and I know that I've entered rest, because when God comes, everything that does not look like him must give way. He's an expert in that. By my strength, I do not have the power to win those battles, but I know how to bring those battles to him. I invoke his presence. I call him. And I love the Yoruba people, because you see, down north we don't have too much our language cannot give us the kind of articulateness that we need. But in the Yoruba language, it's amazing. You can call God, one word can mean many things. You're going to use that advantage tonight. Some of you will have to call him a name you called, the last time you called that name was when you were 7 years. Remember it again. It's the name you called to get admission. When you graduated, you left the name because you are looking for a job. Tonight you have to call that name again. Say, Lord, I remembered when I called that name, you came and you showed up.